What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode. Taking a break today from Revived Talks, and then today I'm just gonna do a normal video. I hope you guys are doing well. I just left my house. Here's my situation right now. I may or may not have to find another place to go pretty soon. I got myself into a situation that I, should never have got myself involved in. There's a whole lot that I could have done to prevent it, but I didn't. That's completely on me. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I should have done to prepare, but I didn't. Anything as it pertains to money, or as it pertains to having a backup plan for where to go, or where to lay my head. There's a whole lot that I could have done in terms of Revived, in terms of what I could have done. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm very proud of how far I've come. I'm definitely better than I was 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, 5 or 6 years ago, I was barely doing anything with this. I would maybe make videos for months at a time, and then I would write some blogs, or I would promote my personal training business, but that's about it. Other than that, I definitely feel like I'm much better off than I was back then, for sure. But I do agree, and I was just talking to a friend about this yesterday. As much as I really could care less what most people about most people's opinions of me, I really could care less, because their life is not my life. God doesn't show you His vision of your life to other people. He just doesn't. He'll only show it to you. And if other people can't see that, because most people are myopic, then you can't really fault them for that. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't take whatever they say with a grain of salt. It doesn't necessarily mean that any piece of advice that they give you is valid. I mean, they do give good advice, don't get me wrong. I think that a lot of people mean well, but they don't necessarily align with their thinking. But I was talking to my friend about this, and one of the questions that he posed to me was, have you been doing everything that you could be doing with Revived? And I'm going to be real with you guys. When I look back at the last 2 or 3 years, no, I haven't been doing as much as I could be doing. And I'm just being honest. I have to not only be honest with you, but I have to be honest with myself, because it's like the saying goes, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we heard this a lot throughout the pandemic, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over again. You keep trying to put masks on people. You try to keep getting people to vaccinate so that they can go back to work. It's not gonna make the virus go right? It's not going to completely eradicate it. Viruses live on it, and they live with us forever. But you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? And so, you know, that's why I've you know, the quality of my videos are better. I feel like I'm a little bit more relaxed than I used to be. I feel like I'm a little bit more genuine. I feel like I can just really be myself. Because, you know, you do have to change certain things about what you're doing, but I do think that certain things you should just keep doing until you get better at them. And I've been doing these videos every day, and I think I'm getting better, but I know that there's a whole lot that I could have been doing, especially in 2021. I want to speak to 2021 specifically, because I was nowhere near this being in the situation that I'm in right now. You know, we were still under COVID stuff, like still had an eviction moratorium. And so I could kind of relax a little bit, right? I can just keep doing my videos, and you know, I have created business cards. I put posters behind, and by the way, I haven't done posters in my car in a while, so I'm gonna start doing that very soon, and I'm gonna make them a whole lot better too. But when I look back at 2021, you know, I had a little bit more leverage to do whatever I needed to do. But I was also super depressed. I hated myself. That year I just turned 30, and I looked at my life, and I just went like, man, like, what have I been doing throughout my 20s? You know, why did I have to do like why did I have to make all these mistakes? Why did I have to do this? Why did I have to do that? All this shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? As I approached 30, and shortly after I turned 30, those are all the thoughts that went through my head. But when you're in a state of mind like that, it's really hard for you to come up with solutions. It's really hard for you. And there's another saying that goes like this: you can sit in a rocking chair and be depressed, or you can sit in a rocking chair and be worried, right? But it's not going to get you anywhere. And you know, that was essentially me back in 2021, and even a little bit of 2022. I'll be honest, but 2021 especially, I was, you know, bitter. I was envious of other people that you know that started becoming successful, that started becoming established, people that were already successful for a really long time. And you just can't do that, because once you do that, you're already fucked. You've already shot yourself in the foot, and now you're incurring more karmic debt into your life. And let me tell you guys, having karmic debt in your life fucking sucks. You don't want it. Trust me. And in order to prevent that from happening for yourself, you have to do right by people. You have to stay in integrity, and you have to figure out ways to contribute to other people's lives, not just your own. You need to figure out like some kind of an avenue where, you know, you're doing something where you enjoy it, and you're not necessarily, I'm not saying that you won't chase money if you're doing something that you really like to do, but But don't do yourself the disservice of staying in this headspace of, you know, I'm just going to do this to try and make money, or I'm just going to try and do this to get views, or I'm just trying to do this to get traffic. Because believe me, coming from experience, that's not a good way to go. That's honestly the easiest and fastest way not to make any money, and not to get anywhere, and not to attract customers, or not to attract viewers by doing that. Because if you're in a headspace like that, like I've been, you're already setting yourself up for failure. You're already laying the foundation for what your life could look like 6 months from now, or a year from now, 2 years from now. And will it be great, or will it be worse? But it will only be worse depending on where your mindset is, and whether or not what you're doing is not just for you, but how is it helping other people. And so that's something that I've been trying to figure out over the last year is, you know, how do I make this more valuable to people? How do I make this more helpful to people? So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you liked it, and I hope at the very least it inspired you. And if it did, share it with your friends and your family. Make sure that you subscribe to me on both of my socials, and as always, got a lot of stuff to do, but until next time, I will see you guys again soon.